Aeon Mall Malaysia is established in 1984, but their conversion into official name, Aeon Co Berhad, on 2004. Their vision is to establish a solid competitive position and achieve continuous growth. Their mission is to operate as an international scale retailing group, recognized for excellence not only in Japan but also in other nations. Their principle is to serve the customer first. They are always mindful of the three keywords which make up the essence and character of the retail industry and must be considered in any development, which are peace, people and community.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, now I will continue with the financial ratio of Aeon Mall Malaysia. Okay, there are 5 steps of financial ratio, which are liquidity ratio, activity ratios, leverage ratios, profitability ratios, and market value ratios. But I'm only explain on the liquidity ratio and activity ratios because the other 3 will be presented by the next presenter. Okay. Okay, for the first liquidity ratio, there are 3 types on there, which are current ratio, quick ratio, and net working capital. Okay, as we know that for the current ratio and for the quick ratio, we must choose the highest ratio. Meanwhile, for the net working capital, we must choose the lowest one. Okay, as we can see here, there are 3 years here: 2016, 2017, and 2018. Okay, for the current ratio, as I said earlier, we must choose the highest one. Okay, as we can see here, 2016 is the highest ratio. Same goes to the quick ratio. 2016 have the highest ratio. And for the net working capital, 2016 have the lowest ratio. So for the liquidity ratio, we choose on 2016. Okay, now we go to the second types of financial ratios, which is activity ratios. There are 7 types here. So the first one is account receivable turnover. We must choose the highest one at 2018, which is the amount is 87.59 times. For the average collection periods, we must choose the lowest one, which is 4.11 days at 2018 also. For the inventory turnover, we must choose the highest one at 2016, which is 6.86 times. And the account payable turnover, we choose the higher ratio at 2018 for 1.94 times. And for account payable turnover in days, we must choose the lowest ratio, which is 185.57 days at 2018. Okay, for the both fixed asset turnover and total asset turnover, we choose the highest ratio at 2018, which are 1.14 times and 0.94 times respectively.
Okay, so next we move to leverage ratio. In leverage ratio, there are 3 ratios. There are debt ratio, time interest earned ratio, and book value per share. For debt ratio, we need to choose the lowest ratio. Here we can see the 2017 has the lowest ratio with 55.49%. The same goes for time interest earned. We choose 2016 with 5.35 times because it's the lowest among the 3 years. And for book value per share, we choose 2018 with RM 2.88 because it has the highest value among the 3 years. So next is profitability ratio. For this ratio, we need to choose the highest ratio among the 3 years. For net profit margin, 2017 is the highest with 2.45%. Gross profit margin is also the highest in 2017 with 40.46%. Next, return on total asset is also the highest in 2017. For return on equity, we also choose 2017 because it's the highest with 5.35%. And lastly, operating profit margin also has the highest ratio in 2017. Here, we can see that all profitability ratio is the highest in 2017 compared to 2016 and 2018. Okay, so we move to the last ratio, market value ratio. For earning per share ratio, we choose 2018 because it has the highest ratio compared to 2016 and 2018, which is RM 7.49. And for market book ratio, 2017 has the best ratio with RM 2.67 compared to 2016 and 2018. That's all for the financial ratio. And next, we move to the conclusion.
So, the conclusion is Aeon Malaysia asset, profit, debt can be determined and analysed by financial ratio techniques. It can describe the firm's financial position and performance. And for our case, we use ratio analysis in 2016 until 2018. Firstly, Aeon Malaysia has ability to meet its short-term financial obligation, and it shows that they can pay its creditor when the payment is due. Secondly is Aeon Malaysia is efficient in managing its assets. Thirdly, they have a better condition to gain more profits in order to satisfy the firm's goal. Next is they facing a lowest financial risk and able to manage debt better and properly. Lastly, we can conclude that Aeon Malaysia is profitable and has more gain to distribute to its shareholder. That's all from us. Thank you.